it's day 2 of vlogging the move-in endeavor. It hasn't been 2 days since that, but this is the second day of vlogging it. It's been a couple of days since I recorded the last video, which will hopefully go up today because the internet is supposed to get set up today. And this area doesn't have the best options, unfortunately, so like it's not going to be the fastest, but hopefully it'll be enough for us to get our work done and me to upload videos and things like that. But so we're just kind of up early. What time is it? 8:52, and it's really cloudy and drizzly outside. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if I'll try to vlog like when the internet comes to get set up. I chose free installation, like, which is self-installation, but it's acting like somebody's got to come out. So if I can think to vlog it and like feel comfortable doing it, I'll try to like show that bit. But otherwise, maybe we'll resume afterwards, or if something interesting pops into my head, I'll get back on that as soon as possible. But hopefully, if the internet gets set up today, the last video will go up today, and then this one I don't know when, but that's where we're at. Huh? What you saying? What you got there? Hang on, let me see if I can zoom in on this. Oh, I already had to zoom in. Oh, I'm retarded. In the beginning is you, in the middle is you, and in the end is you. Is that enlightening?
I'm not really sure what I mean.
Me neither.
Just to be philosophical.
Yeah, it's supposed to be profound. So I went to make my second cup of coffee for the morning. We've been waiting to hear from the internet people, but they're not like calling or anything. So I went to make another cup, and I think, you know, like you may have noticed in my little opening sequence, I don't suppose you can see much in there. It's kind of, let me see if I can help you with that. Can you see that in there? Look at all that extra coffee. Ugh, I think these filters I put in here, like technically you don't need a filter for this, but sometimes the grounds get through the little mesh on those things, so I like to add a little filter to it. And I don't know if it's this machine or if it's those filters. We used different ones before and it seemed to work fine, but maybe these in particular are like thicker, so it doesn't allow the coffee to drain, so it made like a mess, you know, like grounds in the coffee. Lesson learned, if you get one of these, this is like the little like Walmart brand Keurig type things. And if you don't like the little grounds getting into your coffee every now and then and you use a filter, maybe don't use the great value 1 to 4 cup coffee filters. I recommend the unbleached ones. That's the ones that I like to use anyway. But we didn't see them at Walmart. They have them at another store here, but we saw that afterwards. Off to a good start. So it's 12:44, and the internet technician dude came out, and he's been working with the stuff, but apparently he's having trouble because he said the wiring in these old apartments is kind of not the best, I guess. So there's supposed to be an outlet over here, which there is, if you can see. Right there, and he tried to use that one. He said that was supposed to be the good one, quote unquote, but he can't seem to get it working. So there's this second one over here near the kitchen, and he's got this little device plugged into it here. Then we got the modem. So he left that there, he got in his van, and he took off. So I don't know exactly what's going on right now, like what the news is, what he's up to, maybe at the like main pole or something, trying to figure things out. But in any case, road to the internet is ongoing, so we'll see how it goes, and I will try to update you once we have an answer. Alright, update. The guy just left, and it looks like we may well just have internet. She's getting to play with it first and test it out over there in the dark shadows of the halls here or whatever. But there's the cable plugged in. Bad lighting, but you can see that the lights are in fact green and we're connected. So I just gotta go get my laptop and set it up and see if we're in business. And then I'm gonna upload the first vlog of the moving thing.
I am so happy with it right now.
Okay. Here goes nothing, man. Here it is. Wi-Fi connected. Alright, we're doing a speed test. Let's see what kind of rocketing speeds we're gonna get out of this thing. Wow, this is like terrible. It was like half a meg down. It's supposed to be 15. So a little update here on the internet situation. I did some speed tests, as you may have seen there, and it's extremely slow. Like, literally like 0.2 down and 0.2 up. So I reset the modem. I'm waiting to see if it'll reconnect. We're gonna keep checking it out. And if it doesn't work, then I don't know what we're going to do exactly. What the hell? The bathroom door does that. It's got a little problem. So here's where we're at. Here's where we are at. Yeah. I guess that came out okay. So the internet is consistently just not working well, and I reset the modem. It's like when you first connect, it was okay. Like I got it up to 7 megabits down and like 0.6 something up or whatever at one point, and then like I reset the modem and then it was like 4 down and 5.5 up, which is still bad speeds, but like we expect it to be somewhat low. It's supposed to be up to 15 down, and I don't know what up, probably at least 1, maybe 0.5, I don't know. Basically right now we're averaging around 0.2, 0.5 down. It's very fluctuating, you know. So I contacted the technician that came out, and he said it's because of the wiring in the building, and that's not something they deal with because of firewalls or something like that. Anyway, so that's where we're at, and we got to figure out what's going to happen there. There is one other option for internet around here, but it is more expensive. It is faster, but it's more expensive, and you know, money is a big concern. So I guess that's where we're at with the internet stuff for now. I don't know if I actually texted the landlord about the diagnosis from the technician, so we'll see what he says about it. He's actually a pretty cool guy. He's like really easygoing and whatnot, but I don't really know how much of a priority something like this would be for them. So anyway, I don't know. It is what it is, but we gotta have internet, obviously. I can't, like, I wanted to upload the vlog today, and I can't do that unless I go steal Wi-Fi somewhere else. Well, I'll just leave it at that. If anything else happens, I will try to update you, but that may well be the end of today's adventure. So, if so, see you in the next one. If not, stay tuned. Well, it's day 2 of the internet fiasco, and it still doesn't seem to be working. I looked into it. It seems that on the iPad that we have and my wife's laptop, sometimes they're able to get greater speeds. It's still about half of what we should be getting, but it's showing speeds on mine. Of course, it's not so lucky for some reason. So I did some searching and did some troubleshooting, and it doesn't seem to be rectifying the problem, and it's also inconsistent on my wife's laptop, so something must be wrong, I guess. And we haven't, I think I last recorded and said that, you know, I contacted the landlord, haven't heard anything back from him about that, so we're not sure what's gonna happen. We are able to do like basic browsing, maybe watch YouTube and stuff, but even that's slow and spotty, so we gotta figure out what we're gonna do. I haven't been able to upload the previous vlog that I recorded yet, which I was hoping to have done. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, one thing we do have to update on. A family member on my wife's side actually gifted us a washer and dryer for the apartment, and that came in today, so, you know, that's kind of exciting. I guess I'll see if I can show you that as we enter the shadows of the netherworld. There it is. There they are. The old washer and dryer, man. I've never seen anything like it, I'm sure. Obviously, the kitchen isn't quite as open as it once was, but we no longer have to worry about going to a laundromat. We only did that once, so it's not like the worst thing ever, I guess. But yeah, that was a big help. And it's all still very scary, you know. It's one of the things that's scary, you know, when you're doing what we're trying to do and you've always had anxiety and never really been able to do anything like this on your own, is, you know, the fear of failure is a very potent and present thing. And the more people start helping you try to like get things like this washer and dryer and other things that are on the way that they're helping us get, it makes you feel even more burdened by the fear of failure and like not being able to maintain things. And it's bad enough to let yourself down, but then you start to worry about letting other people down, and they're helping you out, and you're like, what are you going to do with all the stuff now and things like that. I mean, obviously we're not really planning on failing. It's just, it's a very new, very scary endeavor. And if I'm going to speak candidly about it, you know, it's kind of pathetic, I would say, that this is my first foray into this and having these experiences. But it is what it is. I mean, I guess, you know, just the reality of it, no matter how embarrassing or cringy it may be. It's just everyone's on their own clock, I guess. And when you have issues like anxiety or, you know, people with chronic illness and things like that, where it kind of impedes you stepping out and living your life like the average person or a normal person, you know, you get set back and things are just harder, and you just make the best of it that you can and you go with the flow. But, you know, we had to try and do something. We can't just live our lives, you know, hiding and living with family all the time. Even if it all ends up being a failure, you know, you had to at least say you tried. So that's kind of what this is all about. We're just going to try. But I think that's probably how I'm going to wrap up this particular vlog here. So hopefully next time we'll have some more positive news in regards to the internet situation. One thing I do want to touch on though, look at this little thing. Like you may have seen it earlier in this particular video. This thing right here. You know, it's like these big 5-gallon things of water. Like we have pretty good like tap water here. From what the landlord told us, it's like actually like a well or like a spring water or whatever. So it's not treated city water that's full of chlorine and whatnot. But you know, I got like a little bit of OCD, germophobia kind of thing going on, so like I don't trust it fully. We've been using it for coffee and things like that, and it seems to be okay. But yeah, we just haven't fully trusted it. So for drinking water, just like putting water in a glass and drinking it, we've been doing something like this. And this pump thing, it works well when it's full. Like when there's a bunch of downward pressure from the water, it works okay. But once you get about halfway, maybe even just above halfway, the pressure starts to loosen up, and this little pump just can't seem to muster much. So it takes quite a while to fill up. Even I think the cups we have are like 14, 16 ounces, something like that. And it's we pretty much at this point, we're just taking the pump off and just pouring it into it. So that may be something we're gonna look into returning and figuring out what we're gonna do as far as drinking water goes. So anyway, yeah, there's a product review for you. What do you think about that? We haven't even used the these babies yet. They just got them in today, just got it installed. We don't really have, I don't know, we kind of have some laundry. We don't really have enough maybe to do a test yet, but if I remember, I'll bring you along and we'll test out these new Whirlpool washer and dryer. And I'm not sponsored or anything. I wish I was, because I could really use the money. But you probably, like, who would think that I'm sponsored? This channel's like way too small. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this one. Thanks for hanging around if you're watching this far as we do the scary endeavor of trying to live a normal life with social anxiety.